So if you're just wondering what's going on because you saw the title of this video, maybe you're worried, whatever the case is, TLDR, I am doing so much better now. I'm in mentally and physically a much better state than I was. I mean, hell, these last few years. But I'm just kind of moving on from creating content like I was, all these years. I've just kind of grown a bit of disdain for it. I've got tired of it. There are more complicated factors, but that's just a TLDR. But yeah, if that's all you care about, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I at least entertained you, for what it was worth. To everybody else, this is not going to be like a 20-minute video of me giving like a pretentious reason as to why I fell out of love with Fig Ran Order and stuff like that. No, this isn't that type of video. It's also not a gloomy, depressing video. It's certainly not that. And it's also not really about FGO. Oh, sorry, I just clicked my mouse right there. It's not really about FGO. FGO is only like a tiny little bit of something. This is probably the most mature video on my channel. This is the most serious video I've ever made. So if that's all you care about, again, you might want to turn away now. I'm going to be talking about some serious stuff, this video is not part of the FGO community. It's not a gaming video. This is a mental, like almost like a therapy video. So if you don't care, I suggest you turn back now. Everybody else who stayed, I have some words that I want to share with you. Some truths also that I feel like I need to explain, only because I put myself I dug this hole and I felt bad about it. And this has been something that I've felt kind of guilty for since I started the channel, and I guess we'll get into that right now. It's honestly crazy to me when I think back to the year 2020, how I started that year and how I ended that year. I was pretty much a different person by the time that year ended. And again, this is all important. Basically, I'm also going to be sharing as much detail as I feel comfortable with. So if I do keep things vague, I apologize, but it's just the way it is. In 2020, I made a decision that I felt was right, but in many ways I regretted. And it's a decision that I've felt the consequences of even today. It was big for me. It was a big change in my life. I was honestly scared. I was scared of where I might end up in my life after years of, what I perceived myself to be. Yeah, so when I uploaded my first video on the channel, I remember this. When I uploaded that video, the Battlefront video, I remember I recorded that video on a laptop. I remember how I was sitting on my bed, editing the video. I remember what I had gone through that day. Hell, I mean that whole week leading up to that, I remember what I went through. All the thoughts that were going into my head. And frankly, I saw YouTube as an escape, not only creatively, but I saw it as an escape potentially out of, the circumstances I was living in. I was hoping YouTube could pull me out of that. I never intended, it is quite obvious when you go back on my channel, I never intended to make FGO videos because this was, I think it was the New Year's banner. I was playing FGO on and off, but I had kind of fallen out of love with that game, at least compared to like when I started playing in 2018. Early 2018. I was just kind of recording anything, seeing what stuck. It's kind of funny saying that now because I never intended to make FGO content, but when I saw that those videos actually started getting more views, then I saw an opportunity. So what I'm trying to say is, from the very beginning, I wasn't interested really in the game as much as I was when I started playing. And I was hoping that if I just kind of forced my way to record videos, maybe the enjoyment might come back. Frankly, it did. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say making those early videos I was miserable. I dug myself into the hole. I noticed that the gacha videos were the ones getting the most attention. And when I tried to break out of that, like when I tried doing like gameplay videos, because the gacha videos were expensive, right? When I tried doing gameplay, what the gameplay videos would do in a month is pretty much what my gacha videos would do in like a day or two. And to me, that was very discouraging because I really wanted to make this work. But the amount of money I was sinking into the game versus what I was getting in return from YouTube was not a lot. I was pretty much getting back the money I spent. which is fine, but I wasn't making any profit. And when I in the beginning of the video, when I said there was going to be some truths, yeah, that is one thing. And again, I'm making this video because I genuinely have I've held this back for years. I really feel bad about lying. I do. That's why I'm just stepping out of the shadows, cringing at myself, owning up to what I did. But I essentially lied to you guys. I guess I lied to myself. I didn't lie to you guys. Honestly, I was hoping I only did FGO videos because they were getting the most views, and this was during a point in my life where I was desperate to get out of the living situation I was in. And I was scared of failure, because if I failed, that meant that I was pretty much stuck in the same spot that I had, that I was trying to get out of. So you could go back to a dozen videos, probably like 2-3 dozen videos on my channel, and hear me say something like, oh, when I do this, I'm doing these videos because I love the game. This is just a hobby. I'm not doing this for the money. This is not for the views. That was a lie. I wasn't lying to you. I was lying to myself because I was scared of failure. If I said I was trying to become, like a YouTuber, content creator, and it didn't work out, it'd be embarrassing. Why that would be embarrassing, I don't, like it would even matter. Like I've never even met you guys, but I don't know. It's just that's just what was going through my head. It didn't work because no matter what, the amount of money I sunk into the game versus what I made in these 4 or 5 years that I was making videos, I never made a profit. Throughout the years living with that, hoping at some point, just making videos, maybe one of these will pop, and I'd have a good few weeks, but then no, I'd have a few good days of the week, and then it would immediately nosedive. And when I tried branching out so I wouldn't have to spend money on the game, when I would try to make videos that I actually did enjoy making, gameplay videos, Lost Belt videos, it didn't work out. Yeah, so I became disillusioned with YouTube because I came in here for the wrong reasons. Instead of coming in here and approaching it with the passion to create content and with the passion to entertain, frankly, for me, it was views first. And that way of thinking isn't going to work. It's not. Because eventually, while I hope it didn't show in my videos, it certainly showed with my attitude towards making them, the things you guys don't see on the outside. And why was I so desperate to get out? Because, well, that's because by the end of 2020, I did not know this at the time, but I had fallen into depression. And it is something that I'm not depressed anymore, guys, but me being in depression for as long as I was, that feeling still lingers in the back of my head. Like, it's not that I feel bad about myself, but it's just like, I guess I still haven't processed it fully or accepted it, really, is what I'm trying to say. Again, this is not a gloomy video or anything. I'm totally fine now, but just hear me out. It's crazy for me to admit this, but around the time my channel really started popping off, I remember this, around the time Kama came around to FGO, around the time when I made the Discord server, guys, I was really, really depressed in my real life. A lot of those videos from 2021 to early 2023, guys, go back to your favorite videos. Those of you guys who have stuck with me for a while, those of you guys who joined the Discord, not only in its early days, but the months that followed, go back to the video that you watched that made you join the Discord, that made you hit the subscribe button. Most likely, guys, being truthfully honest, most likely, right before hitting that record button, I was crying my eyes out. I was taking a breather. I was, I'm drinking water, just trying not to, just trying to not break down, and hitting the record and making the video. And I can't, I wasn't, the thing is, I know I wasn't playing a character when I make those videos. That was me talking. That was me. I guess I was able to show the side of myself that I couldn't on a daily basis, because life was, it was just, the changes going on in my life, the people that have come and gone, it affected me, really. I became a shut-in for a while. I was honestly a different person than I was even a year before, and to me it's scary how well I like, you guys didn't even know. I can't even I managed to hide that part of my life so well that you guys, and of course, I mean, of course I did. You guys don't know me. I can say whatever the hell I wanted because of how miserable I was at that time, and because I wasn't really leaving my house like to hang out and stuff. I had regretted from the very beginning when I published my first video where I actually started sharing parts of my life, you know, during the gacha rolls or during the Lost Belt videos. I regretted doing that because it got to a point where I didn't know what to share. So I dreaded making a lot of the gacha videos. But, you know, like, again, so you have me not knowing what to talk about, me knowing possibly that this video isn't going to help me make a, you know, just help me further my career in YouTube. It was hard, you know, when I would tell stories and I didn't know what else to say, you know, because it was only one roll in and I had 3 more rolls to go. I would make stuff up, honestly, or I'd tell stories that happened years ago and I'd pretend as if it happened like the day of or in the last week. It was miserable, guys. The stuff just wasn't, it just and again, I felt bad. I did. This isn't something I wanted to do. It was like, because I started doing it almost immediately when I started making the gacha videos, it was almost like a defense mechanism for me, you know. I was trying to convince myself that my life was fine, that I wasn't falling apart, that I wasn't depressed, that I wasn't sad, that I didn't hate waking up in the morning every day. And I'm not proud of it. That's why I'm putting this out on video. That's why I'm gonna put this out on YouTube, and it's gonna stay on the internet forever. I could post this for like half a second, delete it. It's, you know, somebody got it. You know, I'm not proud of the things. Of these again, I wish I could blame it on my young self, on my freshly 18-year-old self, but at that point I don't know, I like 18-year-old and I'm a grown-ass man, you know, like I know what I'm doing. I knew what I was doing. I knew the moment I told, you know, the moment I lied about something, you know, about a story and decided to keep that in the video, it was all up to me. I edited the video. I'm not sending this to an editor. I edit the video myself. I decided to keep this info in the video. That was all up to me, a grown-ass 18-year-old. But I so badly just want to blame it on my young self. I so badly want to. You know, what's done, it's done. And yeah, it's just I just felt really bad about it. All that being said, again, this goes beyond FGO. These are things that I've been battling with. You know, I've been battling against myself, honestly, since I started the channel. And you know, I just kind of masked it with me being disillusioned with the game, which in many ways I am. You know, like I haven't touched the game, although I'll never delete it. I certainly don't feel any motivation to play, you know. I don't really have a segue for this, but over the last year, it's been a year, I have pretty much started taking therapy. Okay, so before I get into that, sorry, again, 2024 was the year where things started getting better for me, and I made a lot of mental and physical progress, which was, you know, the advancements I made, the self-improvement was doubled or tripled or quadrupled this year. This 2025 has been one of the best years mentally and physically for me since 2020, honestly, you know, before everything went down. But that being said, you know, I started going to therapy because, you know, stuff happened, and I was diagnosed officially with ADHD and general anxiety disorder. I took medication for it, got off it. It wasn't for me, but, you know, I've been going to therapy pretty much weekly since like June, May-ish, and it's been great. And frankly, that's probably the reason why I'm able to make a video like this, you know, under a channel that has nothing to do with any of this. You know, most likely most of you guys don't even care or made it this far into the video to hear what I have to say. But it's you know, partly because I'm done in general with the channel for now, and I just don't feel the need to stick to, you know, like the whatever I was doing with it, but also because therapy has really helped me open up a lot. And unfortunately, in my real life, a particular person close to me doesn't take mental health serious, and it's really hard. But you know, I try. I do the best I can. I'm sorry, that was a lot. Again, I try not to make this video gloomy and stuff like that, because just genuinely, I you know, like, I even forgot the main reason why I decided to move on. And, you know, you guys remember how I took like my 11-month hiatus? Within that month, I found, you know, a bit more purpose. I found things that I truly enjoy doing that I put off of doing because of me trying to make YouTube work. And it's pretty much consumed my life. I've been writing a lot. I've been reading a lot. I've been learning different instruments. Listening to so much music. Music's pretty much taken over my life. It's incredible, and it's just fun doing something that you like doing. Yeah, guys, seriously, I am doing so much better now. I am, I'm planning to hang out with my friends soon. We've been hanging, on and off this last year because we're all busy. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm doing so much better now. And frankly, when I'm not making videos and I'm focusing on doing what I really like doing on my free time, it's just been the things I've been able to create. And I'm sorry for being vague, but the things I've been able to make, and it's something that I'm making purely because I enjoy the art form. I enjoy the process of doing it. It's been so fulfilling. It was pretty much, the straw that broke the camel's back. I knew this was it. I'm like, I'm not, I cannot make videos anymore. And, I don't want you guys waiting for me anymore. Those of you who really, really care, who leave comments when I'm on hiatuses, joking about where I've been, you guys think I'm dead. Oh, bro, quit, bro, this, bro, that. I honestly, I have to apologize to you guys for just keeping you, like, leading you on. You guys hoping to see something new and me not showing up. I really don't deserve your support. I just, but it is what it is. So all that being said, because my mouth's getting really dry, I had to record this video like multiple times because I had it fully recorded yesterday. Nah, I didn't like how that video turned out, to be honest. Here's what I'll say. What you guys saw in my videos, me, when you hear Angie Senpai, when I would turn on that camera, that was me. Don't be scared. I'm not I'm not like a completely different person. Like, no. I unfortunately was in a living situation where I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to. I was in an environment that just didn't allow for that. And the only time I could is, when I would close myself from the real world, turn that camera on, open up FGO, and just kind of be me, I genuinely had fun making a lot of these videos, and I've actually made friends, subscribers who joined the Discord turned into friends, people who've like actually stuck with me through thick and thin, lots of dramas happen in that Discord server, yet people stay. I really don't deserve you guys, but I will always accept your support, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for putting up with my weird schedule. I didn't even have a schedule. The fact that you guys would even look forward to my videos is crazy to me. Like I try not to take you guys for granted, because especially after making the Discord server, you guys genuinely being great people, reading your comments, again, taking advantage of this community, of this game, of that was never my intention, not fully. I mean, saying I was trying to make this work by trying to become a content creator, I don't know if I could say that I was taking advantage. I wasn't. No, I wasn't. It's just that you guys deserve to watch somebody who genuinely 1000% believes in this game, believes in this community, who does it because they enjoy it, and not me. But yeah, I'm sorry. At this point, I don't even know where I'm trying to say. And frankly, I've actually lost track of what I've even said. I think this is a bit overwhelming for me, but thank you so much for watching, everybody. I am safe. I am fine. I'm better. No, I'm not fine. I'm doing good. I really am. I hope you guys are doing good as well. This won't be the last you hear from me. There we go again, keeping things vague. When the time is right, I'll be sharing something with you guys. I'll see. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for all these years. I hope I've made you smile, at least. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay wonderful. And I'll see you. Peace.